Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to 1011 Bucks. My name is Yari, and in today's video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be my Scarlet by Marissa Meyer spoiler reading vlog. So it is Monday, July 6th, and it's 11:09 p.m. and yes, I'm gonna be starting this today. Probably read for like 30 minutes today, not exactly sure, before bed. And yeah, so if you guys haven't seen my Cinder, which is the first book in the Lunar Chronicles, that vlog, I'll link it down below. It turned out to be extremely long, so I split it up into 2 different videos. So if you had the patience to watch that, and yeah, but if you have watched those 2 videos, I'm gonna be trying to do this a little bit more different, because I feel like the way I did it for Cinder, it was more like I will read like a good amount of pages, and then I will just go through, because I annotated the book, and then I will go through some of the annotations and tell you guys like my thoughts and feelings on like what I annotated and why I annotated those certain things, like quotes or plot points, and also like references to the actual Cinderella story, which Cinder is based off of. It's a retelling of Cinderella. So for this time around, what I'm gonna be doing is that there's fireworks going off outside. Yeah, it's gonna be happening all summer, so yeah. Anyways, the way I'm gonna be doing it this time is that while I'm reading, and if I have like a comment to make, I'll make the comment right then and there, instead of reading a ton of pages and then telling you guys all my thoughts and annotations and stuff like later on, because I feel like that made me ramble more, like I'm rambling now. So yeah, this time when I feel like I want to make a comment, I'll get out the camera and make the comment, and hopefully that will make it easier for me to to edit later on and make the videos shorter and a little bit more entertaining. So yes, those are my thoughts. My plans, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So yeah, let's just get started in reading Scarlet. Hey guys, I have my first update. I'm gonna leave the air conditioner on so you can hear it. Oh wow. Anyways, I have my first update. I have like 3 annotations, but I want to just talk about this one that I just did, because Scarlet, we're first introduced to Scarlet. We know that her grandmother went missing, and they're not really doing anything about it. Scarlet's delivering some produce to a local, like a bar or something. Anyway, so she's delivering the vegetables. They're watching the TV in the bar, and they're playing again when Cinder is at the ball, and she falls on the stairs, and her cyborg foot comes off, and dude, the guys at this bar are disgusting. Like they're talking about how Cinder's lunar, and one of the guys pretty much says that, yeah, he says, I've never seen anything so disgusting in my life. First off, you're disgusting. And then somebody else says, I'm not sure I agree. I think she's kind of cute, pretending to be all helpless and innocent like that. Maybe instead of sending her back to the moon, they should let her come stay with me. Like what? And then Scarlet, she's like disgusted by this because it's disgusting. Like these grown men talking about a 16-year-old like that. Like what? So Scarlet stands up for her, and then one of the guys has the audacity to say, they're like, oh, calm down, give Scarlet a break. And then you're like, okay, he's on her side. No, because then he goes, we all know crazy runs in her family. First that old goose runs off, and now Scarlet's defending lunar rights. Yo, the people at this bar, I can't. Yes, I think that's all I have to say, but I'm just reading this and I'm like, all of you guys are disgusting. Like, go somewhere with yourself. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep reading. I have a small update. First off, the word I was looking for earlier is tavern. They're at a tavern. Yes, I just wanted to mention the wolf. I mean, we already knew about him from earlier on in a few pages before, because Scarlet's friend Emily mentioned him because Emily's a waitress at the tavern. But Scarlet has met him, and when she pretty much starts a tavern fight because of the rude and disgusting things that the customers are saying, Wolf stands up for her and like helps her out. Yes. So we got our first like little like interaction between Scarlet and Wolf. So yeah, I just wanted to say that, and I'm gonna read a little bit more. I had to go to sleep very soon, so yes. Okay, last update for tonight. It's 12:05. Okay, I just read chapter 4 and we met Thorn. So we're back with Cinder, and she is trying to escape prison because, you know, yeah, we just met Thorn. And I'll tell you guys, honestly, the first time I read Scarlet, I did not like Thorn. He grew on me in the third book, Rest, but now knowing his personality and how he is, I'm enjoying this a bit more, enjoying his character a bit more, even though I've only read one chapter with him. But I'm just reading some of the things he's saying and I'm like, I can't with you. Like one of the things he says when Cinder asks like what he's in for, he was like, I started a riot in the yard. And then he says, we were protesting the soap. And he's like, the soap is the soap is too drying. And then he has a port screen, and Cinder asked him like what motto it is, and he's like, I haven't the faintest idea. He held it up for her. I'm putting together a portfolio of women I've loved. I'm like, that's so Thorn, like what? But yeah, he's also said some other things in this chapter that I found really funny, but I'm like, I keep like marking down all the funny things that he says. Like that whole chapter would have been all highlighted in yellow. So I had to like control myself. But yes, I want to keep reading, but I work tomorrow and I have to be up early, so I'm going to sleep now, and I'll continue with this tomorrow. Yes. Hey guys, so long time no update. So it is now Friday, July 31st. 6:43 p.m. is the last day of July, and so yeah, as you guys know, I've been reading Scarlet, or have I? Basically, I started reading Scarlet again yesterday, from the last time I update. So I'm now on I'm on chapter 24, page 245, and I'm on book 3 because it's broken up into different parts. So okay, the first thing I want to say is that I forgot how easy it is just to fall into this world and not want to leave. Basically I was reading a little bit earlier, but I couldn't do an update, and I didn't want to keep reading because then I have to do a really huge long update, and I didn't want to do that because I already had to update you guys on a good chunk. But yeah, I could have kept going, but I just didn't want to keep going because then I would have to update you guys on a really huge chunk. But anyways, yes, so from the last time I updated you guys, okay, one thing I completely forgot that a running joke throughout the rest from this book to the rest of the series is the fact that Thorn who's Captain Thorn has this spaceship that he stole, and he doesn't know how to fly it. And when Cinder and Thorn escape from prison, and then they get on the ship to try and leave, I don't know the technical terms, but because the ship can fly itself, those things weren't working, so Thorn had to actually fly the ship himself. And Cinder is like, you do know how to fly, right? He's like, yeah. Let me see if I could find it. Yeah, he's like, let's see. Okay, so Cinder, who is trying to get the ship going, because since it hasn't been used in a while, the ship's not working. So she tells Thorn, she's like, listen, the auto control system has a bug. The power cell is on the fritz too. I think it can make it, but you're going to have to take off without computer assistance. And Thorn is like, without computer assistance, are you sure? A short silence was followed by the voice again, and Thorn thought he could detect Cinder's screeching despite its monotone. You do know how to fly, right? And Thorn is like, Thorn scanned the controls before him. Yes, with a question mark. I'm like, I completely forgot that he does not know how to fly the ship on his own. He needs the computer assistance. Also, what else happened? Scarlet and Wolf, he basically, so she now knows a bit more about Wolf, and she kind of knows the meaning behind his tattoo and what's going on. So okay, they got on a plane, not a plane, a train to Paris, and I feel like I'm gonna skip a few things because so yeah, they got on a train to Paris to try and get to where the wolf pack is holding her grandmother. And on the journey, they get on the train, but then somebody ends up getting a little Moses on the train, so then they jump off the train, and then they go into the woods, and then they end up running into Wolf's brother, and then they have a fight. And then Wolf ends up telling Scarlet everything that he knows about what's going on with her grandma, like the fact that they are looking for her. Well, they kidnapped her because they think that she knows something about Princess Celine and where she is, and that's why they're holding her captive and trying to get answers out of her, and why they kidnapped her father to torture him so that the grandma would tell them what she knows about Celine. Scarlet finds out that her grandmother actually went, because she was a pilot in the army, and she went to on a mission. She went to Luna, and that's when she fell in love with Scarlet's grandfather, and she finds out that her grandfather is Lunar. And that's why herself and her father weren't born in the hospital, because if they had known that, they would have known that they were part lunar. If they were born in a hospital, they'll find out they were lunar. There's been some cute moments between Scarlet and Wolf. Yeah, those are pretty much the pinks. Oh, Aiko is back. Cinder put in Aiko's chip into the ship. That scene was funny and cute because Cinder and Aiko are back together, but Aiko was like, I'm hideous, I'm so big, like what is this? Although it's supposed to be my feet, the landing gear. So funny. And then Thorn is like so offended that Aiko was saying that she was ugly, with it like the ship was ugly, because you know she is a ship now because her chip is in the ship. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, I literally highlighted, yellow means funny, so I literally highlighted most of these 2 pages. Yeah, she's like, oh, what's to become of me? I'm hideous. And then Thorn is now hold on just 1 minute there, little miss disembodied voice. What do you mean hideous? See what else was really funny in the scene. Yeah, he says, I'm Captain Thorn, and she's like, the only, well, he says, I'm Captain Carswell Thorn, and then Aiko's like, the only Carswell Thorn I find is a cadet. And then Scarlet's like, that's him. He made himself captain. But yeah, Aiko tells him that she's like, you're a rather handsome Captain Thorn. And he's like, and you, my fine lady, are the most gorgeous ship in these skies, and don't let anyone ever tell you different. And the temperature drifted upward until Cinder dropped her arms with a sigh. Aiko, are you intentionally blushing? The temperature dropped back down to pleasance. No, Aiko said. Then, but I am really pretty, even as a ship. The prettiest, said Thorn. And then Cinder says, you do have a naked lady painted on your port side, added Cinder. And then Thorn's like, painted her myself. I can't. Thorn is too much. Oh, and Lavana is super annoying. I can't stand her. What I did want to mention is the fact that, you know, she wants to marry Kai so she could, you know, become empress, take over the world. But the way she's going about it, it's like, because he keeps saying no, obviously, because she's a horrible person. And I'm like, if you want to convince him to marry you, then why not just pretend that you're a nice person? Like, she literally, once they discover that Cinder escaped, she goes into his office with Sybil and her guards, and she's like yelling at him, and then he's trying to explain to her what is going on with the whole situation. And she literally has Sybil like use her magic to stop Kai from talking, so like his tongue like he literally couldn't talk. She stopped him from talking, and I'm like, that's not a good look. Like, if you want to convince him to marry you so you could take over the world, why not, you know, try and be nice, even if you're acting like, I don't get it. Now she's going about this in all the wrong ways. But yeah, the part where I just finished, look at all these pinks. I have 3 pinks in a row. You probably can't tell. I have 3 pinks in a row because Scarlet and Wolf had a cute moment. Yeah, they had a cute moment on the train. So I highlighted those bits. There was like progress in their like relationship. It's crazy how they only known each other for a day. It's not really a relationship yet because they have only known each other for like a day. So not for like a day, they've known each other for a day. But yeah, that's the part where I'm at. Going forward, I'm going to, because this update is 12 minutes long, unedited. So going forward, anytime I have like something to say, I'm gonna I'm gonna do an update. Okay. But yeah, I just wanted to mention again, I forgot like how easy it is to fall into this world and not want to leave. So yeah, what time is it? It's almost 7, so I'll probably start reading again like at 7:30, then read for a good minute. Yeah, so that's what's happening. Yeah, so I'll talk to you guys again later once I start reading again. I'm doing a bad job at updating. But I'm now on page 313, chapter 31. And okay, I think I'm just gonna mention like some of the things I completely forgot happened. Okay, I mentioned one thing. Audrey, Cinder's stepmom, and Pearl are so annoying. Audrey did figure out that Cinder stole Peony's ID chip, so now they can be able to track Cinder. I know that I remember that comes into play later on in the book. Once Thorn and Cinder get to Paris, not Paris, France, the town in France that Scarlet lives in, and then I completely forgot that the wolves, like the wolf soldiers, they killed Scarlet's father. Also, love Aiko, still love Aiko. Oh yeah, so they discovered that I'm getting so confused. Scarlet's grandmother, she is not, she can be, they can use the thaumaturge with the wolves. They can't, she can use her power on Scarlet's grandmother. Like she can be controlled. So they're trying to figure out why. And I'm pretty sure it's because she's the one that has the other device, the device that in Cinder that Dr. Erland discovers that Cinder has, I think it's her neck, which she, stops her from using her lunar magic. And then in a human, Dr. Erland said that in a human, it will prevent them from being able to be used by a lunar, like a lunar using their magic on them. So I'm pretty sure that Scarlet's grandmother, Michelle Benoit, she is the one that has that second device, and that's why they can control her. Scarlet found out that Wolf is a lunar. I also forgot that they were trying to get information from Scarlet, and Wolf's brother, like, they pretended that they used their lunar magic and pretended that made him look like Scarlet's grandmother, so she can like spill her secrets to her grandmother. And she did. She ends up telling them like what she remembered in her dream about which wasn't a dream, was a memory, about that she is the one that was keeping Celine, Princess Celine. That somebody else knew about her. And the other thing that I forgot is that it's Wolves and the Thaumaturge, the ones that are taking the ID chips from the people who die in quarantine. So they can put those ID chips into the new wolf creature soldiers that come down from Luna. Completely forgot about that. But yeah, I'm still like trucking on. I'm really enjoying this. I'm not enjoying this as much as I like Cinder, and this has, for the first time I read it, this has been my least favorite in the series, but I'm still having fun like rereading this. So that's my update for now. I'll update you guys again a little bit later. This clip is 5 minutes already. I'm gonna try and do better and like update you as I go, but we'll see what happens. Okay, I know it's gonna be loud because I have the AC on, but it's too hot not to have it on. And I'm drinking hot tea because I don't know why. I just felt like drinking it, but I'm hot. Whatever. Okay, while you're here. Okay, it's 10:27, still on Friday, July 31st. and 27. Okay, so I just wanted to point out, okay, so I just read one chapter just now, and I read the chapter where Thorn and Cinder go to the Scarlet and her grandmother's farm, and they go into like the barn area, and Cinder has like this strong feeling that she's been there before, and then she like goes toward she finds like this secret door that leads to like a secret room. And I honestly, this is what I'm liking that I'm rereading the series, because I feel like some of the things I forgot in what book they were revealed, because I, for some reason, I thought this scene was in like Crest, but that makes no sense, because in Crest they end, spoiler alert for Crest, you haven't read Crest, but they end up there, it's mainly set in when they're in Africa. I don't know, I feel like I thought that they somehow in one of the other books, some of them ended up back in France at the farm, but no, that wasn't this book. So yeah, for some reason I thought the realization was made later on in the series, but no, it was in this book. She went down there with Thorn, and they saw like all the surgical things that were used to make Cinder a cyborg. But Thorn is still, he still doesn't know that Cinder is Princess Celine, but she just told him, he's like, he was so confused, and he's like the last two lines are, what he says, what do you suppose is doing down here, like all the stuff that they saw? And she goes, I think it was hiding a princess. So that's pretty much all he knows. He doesn't know that she actually is Princess Celine. I forget how he ends up finding out. I think he finds out maybe in the end of this, I think it's in the end of this book. He's like, what? But yeah, I think it's really hard to say. Like literally, I'm getting confused with what happened in one book. But yeah, that's my update for now, and I'm gonna keep reading. Hey guys, here with another update. It is now 11:39 p.m. 11:40. I just got to page 394. I'm on chapter 41. I have 7 chapters left, and a lot of things has happened, because things are starting to pick up since we're getting close to the end of the book. Yeah, so the wolf attack has started, and it's happening like all over the world, where Lavana sent her army to like attack all these cities all around the world, because you know she's mad that they still haven't found Cinder. But ironically, some of the French police found Cinder at a bar, because they went to like the shop to get a part that they needed for the ship, and then that's when the whole attack started. Cinder is like, she was about to be attacked, so she unknowingly used her lunar abilities to have this female cop stand in front of her, and the cop ended up being attacked instead of Cinder. So now Cinder is like really battling that, and because she caused this woman's death, so she's like now battling herself because she feels really guilty about it. And then she's like, this is why I don't want to use my lunar ability, because I don't want to manipulate people, I don't want to cause people harm. So yeah, also with Scarlet and Wolf, Wolf gave Scarlet an ID chip that works for the cell that she's in, so she could escape, but he told her not to leave. He was like, don't leave tonight, the world is not going to be safe because of the wolf attacks. But because she's left alone, she just starts like speaking, like asking questions, like to see if somebody's around, and she ends up hearing her grandmother So she leaves her cell with the ID chip, goes and finds her grandmother. They have a little like heart-to-heart. Her grandmother tells her everything about Princess Celine, and she tells her even that Princess Celine is Cinder. But then Rand comes in, and Rand comes, I think he just wants to kill Scarlet because Wolf has feelings for her. So but he ends up killing the grandmother because she was like egging him on, and she kept like saying things like he's weak and whatever, and that you know, that he's like pretty much nothing. So he got angry, he killed her, and then Scarlet escaped. But yo, I'm gonna tell you one of the lines that he says, and I was like, ew, gross. Yeah. So Scarlet escapes, and then she's like trying to run away, but then he catches up to her and he like grabs her, and he says, if it wasn't such a repulsive thought, I might take advantage of you here now that we're all alone, he said, and Scarlet shuddered, just to see the look on my brother's face when I told him about it. With a roar, he threw her at the statue. I'm like, gross. Yeah, so, but then Wolf comes and he saves her, but then they go out into the street. Well, she runs away because she runs away, goes into the street. She's trying to find help, but that's when she notices that a bunch of like howling is happening, and this woman gets attacked by one of the wolves. And at the point where I'm at with that I just read, Wolf is trying to like kill her, but she's trying to like tell him like, you know, you don't want to do this, like this is not you. And then he's like trying to fight it as well. Yeah, he's trying to fight it as well, but he's having difficulties because he's being controlled. And he tells her that because he's kind of trying to break out of it, and so he tells her that he's being controlled and that he can't control himself basically. But then she's like trying to like convince him, like trying to break him out of that like spell. Yeah, it's pretty much where I left off. I'm gonna take a bit of a break now because I've been reading for a while. So yeah, I don't have that much left, so I think my next like reading session will be my last, and I'll finish this book and then just wrap up this vlog. Hey guys, so it is Saturday, August 1st, 1:17 p.m. and I just finished reading Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. I ended up giving this, I think, 4.5 stars. I didn't love it like the first time. I didn't love this as much as I did Cinder. But yeah, so a lot happened. Thorn and Cinder ended up in Paris, and they saved Scarlet before Wolf killed her. And now they've joined up. They fought a bunch of like the wolf hybrids, human wolf hybrids, and Cinder killed the thaumaturge that was controlling them. Also Kai, and they were able to escape. So Kai now, after all these attacks happen on these cities, he's like, I know the one thing that is going to stop this. So he proposed to Lavanna, and they're not going to get married, because he knows that that's the only way that she will stop all of this. Lavanna, she's a good villain, because I've seen like reviews of, and like when people talk about Lavanna as a villain, they hate her, which I do too. She is truly like a horrible person. Like one of the things is that these like, I want to say what the hell is the word I'm looking for? Hybrids. They basically train them from children. Like we got one chapter, her perspective, Okay, so yeah, she's talking, she's like watching like the new recruits being trained, and she says they were still so young, mere boys, not one older than 12 years. And I'm like, that's so messed up that they take these children away from their parents and mutate them to act like wolves, and like create like an army that way. I'm like, that's so messed up. Like now one of them, like the new recruits, is older than 12 years old. Like, and then she mentions, she says, it was peculiar to watch these men and boys, these creatures that had been only an experiment in her parents' time, that had become a reality under her rule. And I'm like, you could just like tell that she's like a horrible person, because it was like an experiment when her parents like thought up of this idea, but she didn't have to follow through with it. And the fact that she did is just like messed up. And like, again, they start them young, like not like the oldest of like the new recruits was 12. So like they're ones that are even younger than 12, like not even teenagers. Like, that's insane. Wolf and Scarlet had a cute moment. Wolf pretty much says that Scarlet is his alpha, and that's like a running thing for the rest of the series. But then Scarlet ends up saying later on, she's like, you look so scared, like I'm going to disappear at any minute. We're stuck on the spaceship, Wolf. I'm not going anywhere. And the fact, because I've read Crest, the next book in the series, and I know what happens, I'm just like, oh, like, I was only gonna say it because I don't want to like say exactly what happens, but he has reason to be afraid that they will be separated. Then Aiko, she's just so cute. I love her. But yeah, but I finished Scarlet, and I'm super excited to get to Crest because that's my favorite book in the series. I probably will start it tonight since it's already August, and yeah. But yeah, had so much fun again. Continuing on rereading the series. Hopefully this was entertaining and shorter than my Cinder vlog. And yeah, so you guys, if you liked this video, please give it a like so I can know what kind of videos I should post on here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to become a member of a little family here on Tangled Books. And like always, all of my social media links are linked down below in the description box, so you can follow me on those platforms. So yeah, so I'll catch you guys here next time on Tangled Books. Bye.